There's nothing more exciting and terrifying than a first date. One wrong move, and you might just turn a fairy tale beginning into a horror story. Ever had that uncomfortable laugh? The one you force out just to cover your nervousness? Yeah, been there. Let's make sure you don't have to. Meet Ayan. 19th, first date, super excited. He even watched 3 rom-coms and 1 SRK interview to prep. But he made 3 deadly mistakes. And guess what? The date? Disaster. But don't worry. We'll tell you how to avoid them one by one. Before we dive in, what's your biggest fear on a first date? Drop it in the comments. Because trust me, you're not alone. So Ayan shows up. He's on time, dressed well, smells good. So far, so perfect. But then, he pulls out the checklist. So, what are your hobbies? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? What's your biggest weakness? Brother. He turned the date into a job interview. Result? Awkward silences, forced smiles. That classic uncomfortable laugh we all hate. Don't interrogate. Connect. Ask questions that lead to stories, not one-word answers. Like, what's something weird that always makes you smile? Or, ever had a moment that felt like a movie? That's where the real magic happens. Let's be real. If someone's checking their phone while you're talking, you've already lost them. But why? Well, it might be mistake number 2. And this one? Almost everyone makes it. But before we reveal it, ever had that sinking feeling mid-date like, oh no, this isn't going well? Yeah, this next mistake is usually the reason. Ayan thought he had to prove himself. So he went on and on. I got 92% in boards, also learning guitar. I did an internship, I help stray dogs, I cook, I read Gita, I stop, breathe, chill. You don't need to impress, you need to connect. Trying too hard to be perfect actually makes you look insecure. And insecurity, it kills attraction. Let your flaws breathe a little. It's okay to say, I'm a little nervous right now. That honesty, that's gold. Quick question. What would you rather hear on a date? A, I'm perfect. B, I'm figuring things out. Type A or B in the comments. Let's see how real our generation is. Now here's the final mistake. And this one's a vibe killer. Ayan had a plan. Coffee, walk, dinner. Boom. But halfway through, she looked bored. He didn't notice. Or worse, ignored it. He kept following his perfect plan, while she mentally checked out. Read the vibe. If she looks tired, maybe switch locations. If the convo is flat, throw in a story, a meme, a game. Want to play 2 truths and a lie? Tell me the most embarrassing thing you've ever done. Adapt greater than impress. Ayan called his friend later that night and said, I don't think she liked me. But the truth? She might have. He just didn't let her see the real him. So if you've got a date coming up, don't let pressure ruin the possibility of love. Be real. Be curious. And don't be afraid to laugh at your awkwardness. Because the person sitting across from you, they're nervous too. Want to know what happened when Ayan got a second chance? He did. And what he did differently actually worked. We'll break that down in part 2. How to turn a first date into a real connection. Hit the like button if this helped. Subscribe so you don't miss part 2. And remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about being present.